Hello. Should grab my controller. Hi. We are playing some Virtua Racing. Hold on. You probably know what the cover looks like. This is Virtua Racing for the Sega Saturn. Developed, oddly enough, by Time Warner. Which is weird, but whatever. Just start with some arcade stuff. I guess we'll mainly stick to arcade. Found out I don't have enough room to save any data on my Saturn for this game, so let's just go through all the tracks. And I'm surprised. I guess I'm not surprised. Yeah. It is certainly a load screen.
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay. I forgot what the go button was. So this game actually has like quite a few cars in it. More than just the F1 car here. It's got like 5 or 6 cars, I think. And a lot of tracks, actually. But when it comes to, there's multiple home versions of Virtua Racing. There's the original Genesis one, which actually ain't that bad. The 32X one, this one, and then there's a PS2 release. So Beautiful Joe 99 and Nebs, which is what I was getting at, Nebs. I think the 32X version of this is way better. Like from a handling standpoint and just like, there's some other gameplay stuff with the 32X version that I think just makes it feel better. Like the collisions in this version feel kind of off. Like, I've played the 32X version of this way more than the Saturn version. You see, like, it's a weird... A collision probably should not have done that. I don't know, it makes for a more frustrating kind of game. That should have happened instead. Well, the handling on it, the game's handling is perfectly fine. When you mess around with the other cars, you eventually find something you'll like. There's like a Porsche kind of car that I like. Feels good to steer around. Hey, also yeah, Nebs be calling it out. This game just has like other problems with it. I feel like the frame rate should be a lot higher than it is, even though during that straightaway it looked pretty good. Also the little jingles whenever you go through checkpoints. That seemed to be a fad back then. It wasn't just for Virtua Racing. Like, Race and Force also did that. Although, if you ask me, I think Race and Force had better music. Yeah, Virtua Racing is an important game. Just in general. Not just for Sega, but like... Fun little fact about Virtua Racing. Actually has more polygons in the actual game. Has more polygons than Daytona USA. Granted, these are all like flat shaded polygons. There's no textures on any of them. They're just all solid colored polygons. Which... I mean, yeah, it definitely shows in the visual style, but also when you think about it, that's pretty cool that they were able to do all that. And yeah, why did Time Warner do this? They made Virtua Racing for Saturn instead of bringing over Psychic Assassin Tarumaru over here. The game looked cool as hell. We'll just do some practice just so we can see all the cars and all the tracks. Because Grand Prix, you just got to go through everything in a row. So we got go-karts. We got this Porsche-looking car that I like a lot. That thing. Le Mans racer. So it has more stuff than the 32X1, but I still like the 32X1. We'll go with a Porsche car. Change our team here. Team VR. Oh, where's the Sega team? There we go. Of course. So yeah, there's a lot of different tracks. Surfers Speedway Road. I want to say, yeah. So like, some of the themes stay the same, but just different track layout. That's kind of neat. I don't know why I'd never noticed that before. Let's go Alpine. Some arcade drones in there. Of Tim Curry being a clown. Indeed, that would make it different. So also another thing to add or point out is that the tracks that were exclusive to the 32X version are not in this. And neither are the cars. I guess the Le Mans racer is kind of close, but not really. Let's get a little air there. Oh. Jean-Philippe Lorraine, what is up? Sorry, I cannot read any discs now. Oh man, that sucks. Last Saturday, when I wasn't streaming this, I was out of town. Went to an Edward McKay. They had a Japanese Sega Saturn for sale for $110. And then I went to another store where they had two complete in box Saturns. They're asking $100 each for those, which Saturn collecting and just buying a console in general is just becoming very hard. It really sucks. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I really hope they get those SD card solutions to like a more manageable state of being able to purchase them. Because pretty soon, like, all these disk drives are just gonna go down the crapper. Oh. The thing is, so those two the store that had the two boxed Saturns for $100, there's a store here that's asking like $80 to $90 for one, which is insane, just for a normal American Saturn with a controller and the cables. Oh boy. Like, I need to see what the current going rate online is for just a regular old working American Saturn. And Curry definitely would make this game better. Have him in his Nigel Thornberry voice, and whenever you go past the checkpoint, checkpoint. That was a smashing lap. Was that the final lap? Wow! Overtook him. Have an interior view? Yes, you do. I should go check that out. I'll do the interior view for the next race. Yeah, I don't want to do championship because we're going to be going slowly around a rink in a slow-ass go-kart for 10 fucking laps. I'll stick with the Porsche. I like that one a lot. Let's do Metropolis. So the thing with, if I remember correctly, the thing with the interior view is that it just puts you in the middle of the car, regardless of which side the driver's thing is. So yeah, I mean, I like the idea, but also it kind of throws me off a little bit. Let's see how far we can get. Like, I really like the idea of the cockpit view for this game, but the fact that everything is a flat shaded polygon, the resolution's not very high, just make it so it's hard to see incoming turns. Like, if that sign wasn't there telling me to go right or left, I would not have gone left. Alright, I was gonna say, is there like just like a hood cam? This is as close to the ground you can get. Oh! But you can really get some speed real quickly. Really spread out. Oh. I'm noticing, and not just the low frames, but I'm noticing a delay with this monitor that I'm using. Need to start moving it over to my big screen once I get this set up kind of the way I want it. Because I still don't have game audio. I should point out, I cannot hear anything in this video game. I'm just listening to music now. That should not have caused me to flip. This didn't go over so well. Oh. I was gonna say, but like, oh, I know all the sounds and music of this game, but I don't think I've played this game since I did my original Arcade Racer video. I can't remember the last time I played this. I probably played this on a stream, but not within like the last 2 years, at least. Let's mess around with the other cars. The grossest game over jingle. Yeah, I never liked the game over jingle in this. Let's try this car. Let's go through here. I suppose I probably should do a race with the go-kart, but it's so slow. Okay, that's more like it. What? Oh, that's nice. Yes, let's put the pit, like, when you could just keep going straight. That's some good track design there. The 32X version definitely had a better jingle. Oh. So go left. You see, the pit road should have been to the left. I could have just kept on going straight. Next in the Virtua line. The last Virtua game they did, I guess, was Virtua Tennis something. Oh no, I think VF5 Final Showdown was the last official Virtua game, at least here in the States. Oh, here we go. Let's pass this guy. I like this car. Handles pretty well. Oh, as I say that. Oh. Virtua Hamster. So, who knows anything? Anyone in the chat know anything about Virtua Hamster? Is it Virtual Hamster or Virtua Hamster? And was it actually being developed by Sega? It seemed like such a weird thing. Alright. Get out of my way. Yeah, I'm aware of the early prototype, but yeah. It was Virtua and not Sega. See, that's so weird. See, there are games on the Saturn that went virtual, like virtual highlight, and there's like virtual like breakpoint tennis or whatever. I forget what it was called. Yeah, like virtual open tennis. David A. Palmer. That name sounds so familiar. I know he's that they've done other stuff, but what else? What else has David A. Palmer Productions made that I would have recognized? Let's do this. It's going quite fast. Oof. Not a fan of that. So we got the blue skies, we got the palm trees, everything's really green. We got the waterfalls. See, this is a Sega racing game. And we got the beaches, and yep, that. More on the audio side. I'm fed up with this game. I did not develop that. It's not true. Bunch of Game Boy Advance stuff. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like prototype stuff. Anything related to like 3D GBA development? Because I feel like that's where I've heard that name before. Doom on the GBA? Okay. That's probably where I've heard that. It's a good-ass version of Doom. Also, a version of Doom that gets some unfair criticism is the 32X version. I think that's a great version of the game for what it is compared to the SNES version and the other home versions. Like, it's definitely better than the Saturn version and the 3DO version. Extreme Racer. I've actually never played any of those games. Like these weird open road, open world racing games, kinda. Apparently, wasn't the Jaguar version of Doom actually pretty good? I remember Digital Foundry did like a rundown of every home port of Doom. I think that was Digital Foundry, or maybe I'm thinking of like Wolfenstein Video. I think it was Doom. Ohio Suzuki. Ohio. Yeah. Not the biggest fan of this car. Okay. Inverse Predator is pretty dope. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've actually never played it, though. I'm kind of surprised not a whole lot of people even talk about Doom on the Jaguar compared to like all the other games on the system. I mean, like if it runs well, then it's definitely one of the better games on the system. I've only ever played an actual Jaguar like once in my life. Let me play the go-kart. Do 2 laps in the Acropolis. Let's not go crazy here. Has anyone like done a full teardown of the Jaguar to like figure out if it's actually as powerful as they say it is? Let's see, I could do this. Okay, maybe not go-kart. Maybe not that view. Just too hard to see stuff. No. A complete you have a complete Jaguar or mostly complete Jaguar collection. That's pretty cool. I've never really seen that stuff for sale, so if it is, it's just outside of my price range. And if I do see it, which never happens, it's just more of an event unto itself. It's like, oh my god, there's a Jaguar here. That was actually a lot faster than I thought it would be. As long as it's not 10 laps, go-kart probably isn't that bad. Yeah, is the Jaguar CD as unresponsive and shitty as everyone says it is? From someone who has a near Jaguar complete collection. Have we done the cars, I think? Let's go back to this thing. close to all the tracks being done. It's like 25,000 in existence, less than half that are set to work. Bill Sarsgaard. What else is he? What's he in? I feel like my spatial awareness for this car is a lot better. It's as small as the go-kart. A lot faster. A little bit higher off the ground, like first-person viewpoint-wise. Weirdly enough. Ooh. Hey, what's up, Chapman? Is this an emulation? Nope, this is running on actual Saturn hardware. Run through a SCART converter to HDMI. Oh, fuck. Messed up my position. Nope, screw it. Go to this upper view, just so I can see better. I've actually never messed around with Saturn emulation, like, ever. I know Saturn Memories mess around with that stuff a lot. He's gotten some really amazing results out of it. But, I don't know. I just like putting the disc in the system and just pushing the power button and it working. There's still some parts of Saturn emulation that aren't perfect, and I personally don't have patience for it. I just want to know that the game will work. God! It's quite a crash. Cannot emulate Super Tempo? That just sold me on not ever doing emulation ever. God, why is Super Tempo so damn expensive? People talk about how expensive Panzer Dragoon Saga is. Like, man, Super Tempo's like $300. I'd love to play Super Tempo. I should just burn it. Fuck it. Play burn games. I've played burn games on here before. It was Dodonpachi and Mega Man 8. Speaking of Mega Man, there's that really strange Mega Man FMV game that's on the Saturn. It's like Rockman Super Adventure or whatever. I forget what it was actually called, but it looks batshit crazy. Or, I've never actually seen it. I've read about it, and it sounds batshit crazy. Like, Keiji Inafune was like, I'm sorry this was made. I'm sorry so many people in the actual animation die. I'm like, damn. What's the difference between Saturn Tempo and, say, 32X Tempo? Super Tempo is the sequel, and from the videos I've seen, it plays a lot differently. Tempo's main attack in the Saturn Super Tempo, he plays like a fiddle. Also, another weird platformer, Tri-Rush Deppy. I don't know, I get Super Tempo and Tri-Rush Deppy. I get them not mixed up, but just I associate both of them a lot. I want to say Doc Future did a let's play both of them. Not the animators die, but like the characters in the actual animation itself. Like, there's lots of death in it apparently. In Keiji Inafune's, I'm so sorry that this was even made. Yeah, I fucking love Tempo. Makes me want to play the Saturn version a lot. And I've tracked down the there's a Tempo Game Gear game as well, which it's more like baby's first platformer more than anything. It's a really simple, dumbed down version of Tempo. It's more like, here, collect these things in this platforming maze and get to the exit, and that's really all it is. It's perfectly fine at being that, but there's not much challenge to it. I think it was a like Club Sega release, like those early childhood games, kind of like Echo Jr. But I still wanted it because it was Tempo. Damn. Quick question: anyone in the chat, is anyone in there very familiar with PS2 emulation? Like, what's the status on it? Is it fairly, or is it pretty good? Some stuff I've been wanting to play. What the? It just spun out for no reason. PS2 is fine for 2D. Okay. Because I got some PS2 games on the shelf, but I don't really have space in my setup right now to hook up a PS2. But I just really want to play them. I think it'd be a fun stream if I did one of the Sega Classics collection with all those 3D remakes. Just mess around with that a little bit. And then I also have that Kart Fury game that I still have yet to play. After I've been trying to track down that game for years. Just haven't gotten around to playing it. What's about 32X versus this? I like the 32X version way more. Like, it just handles better. I like the tracks more that they added. I like the vehicles in that version. They handle better, in my opinion. Though there are the vehicles in this one, like the one I'm driving now and the Porsche, handle alright. Like, this is still a fun game, but the 32X version is way more fun, in my opinion. Also, the collisions in this game just suck. Okay. Just pretty much doing F-Zero Blast turning. Just doing this pretty good. ECSX2. I would assume like the later 3D games would probably have trouble running, right? I could just do the FF12, not bad. For the yeah, I want to try those things so bad. Like, I'm so glad that My Life in Gaming put up a video on it. Everyone that plays old obscure games meets Tempo and go on a wacky adventure. That sounds like a Damon Wayans film. actually. Here, let's go the F1 car. That's faster. Oh, I guess the prototype's actually faster. Eh. Won't make enough. Well, if it's just one guy, I can't really blame him. It's probably like a huge demand for him. He just can't keep up for it on his own. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt in that regard. Again, I also can't imagine those things are easy to make on your own. See, doing 10 laps on this course with a go-kart... Ugh. Sounds painful. Oh. Also love how blocky that waterfall is. Looks so good. Yep. First place. We got our first place finish in a while. Also, one of these days, I want to get all that Sega stuff that I opened up during my live stream a few weeks ago. I want to get to setting that up, play some 32X Sega CD stuff again. I picked up some more Sega Genesis games last Saturday, actually. Hold on. Picked up one of the few 32X games I don't have. Fucking Golf Magazine's 36 Great Holes starring Fred Couples. Did not have that one. A few of these other ones I didn't pay very much for. We got Fire Shark, which wasn't in great shape, so it was cheap. Didn't pay $10 for it. Never played it. Soldiers of Fortune for $5 looked pretty cool. Then Crossfire. I don't know anything about this game, but I looked at a video for it and it looked pretty cool. So also $5. So just wanted to play them all and give them a shot. They looked really fun. Also, I just didn't have any of them. The guy doing plugin thing that does the same thing as Rhea. Yeah, the Professor Abrasive guy. Yeah, that one actually has me more intrigued because of how simple it is to just plug in an SD card, plug it into the VCD port, and it just boots up. From the RIA stuff and whatever the name of the other one is that guy's making, it sounds like the filing format for that is pretty strange and complicated. Granted, I don't know how the filing format for the Dr. Abrasive thing works either. Is there Virtua Golf? No, there is not. I think Golf Magazine's 36 Great Holes, I want to say, is the only Sega Sports golf game out there, but I'm probably wrong. Oh, right. I think that track. Sega's had to have made some more sports golf games, right? Like, I recognize Fire Shark as like a top-down shooter, and I know on the Genesis those are getting more expensive to come by as time goes by. I need to look up Crossfire again, because I think it was a shooter. But then I looked at another video and I think I saw something else. But it looked interesting either way. Unfortunately, it's not the badass board game Crossfire. That was the first thing I thought of. Just a 2-player version of Crossfire. And I'm like, oh man, that sounds awesome. You know what? Someone had... Don't my original idea, don't steal. Someone should make Crossfire in VR on PC. Like 2 people on both sides, they just have guns and they're just shooting the things toward the other person's goal. God, that would work so good in VR. And the graphics, you would just recreate how the commercial looks. Someone get Jason Lamb on the phone. I'll message him on Twitter once this is done. It's like, I think he's working on VR stuff. How would you like it if I pitched you Crossfire in VR? But it actually, you're not just looking down at a Crossfire board, like you are recreating the commercial for Crossfire as a VR multiplayer game. Nope. Like the Lawnmower Man movie. You know what game actually looks really cool is the Lawnmower Man Genesis game? Like, that's some really cool visual effects to it. I don't recall it being a very good game, but man, that game did some stuff. When the other kid loses the match, he spins furiously, then is jettisoned from the arena. God. It has to be authentic, though. You have to stomach that. The person would just have to stand still while their camera's spinning around them, then the camera abruptly stops, and they just jettison themselves across the room. I think we've done all the tracks. Are there any unlockables for doing all the arcade mode stuff? Yes, accuracy over everything.
3, 2, 1, go!
Are there any games that are coming out or are out that you guys are looking forward to playing? I kind of want to play that new Gran Turismo, the Gran Turismo Sport. I don't know why, like just a realistic racing game that is purely like centered around like some highly competitive online racing. I don't know why, that sounds super appealing to me. I'm really excited to try that. Traveler and 3DS remakes from Atlas. All right, that sounds like a lot of RPGs. Has that Strange Journey remake come out yet? Hey, what's up, Kevin? Because I remember playing a little bit of that on DS. Like that's a lot of RPGs. Like, how do you find the time to play all of those? I mean, I suppose if you're like super duper into those games, you make the time for them if that's all you really play. I mean, granted, there are some RPGs that I would love to play, but the amount of other games I want to be playing right now, I just don't have time for them, you know? Like, I have Sharon the Wanderer on the Wii. I've been wanting to play that so hard, but I just haven't had the time to. I bought the game like 3 years ago. Still have not gotten around to playing it. I should probably just play it on Dolphin. I own it physically. If Tim Burton directed a Sega game. It would just be Pumpkin Hill, the video game. Handhelds, you can get the time in. Yeah, I guess if there are games that are like designed specifically for handhelds, like they're built more for short spurts. No, I don't want to do replay. What are our options? Oh yeah, this is where you turn on 2-player. Or Ace. Let's try that in custom game. Background. Arcade backgrounds. Track movies. Team set 2. I'm not sure what that means. Wait, what did I just do?
The last time I raced at Surfer
Oh,
Speedway,
shit.
I set a world record. Here's what it's like.
Is there like a...
Turn 1.
Is there a guy talking? Because I can't hear him.
Next, a long straight. Hint. Avoid the left fork like a plague.
This is kind of cool.
Turn, a flat right-hander with more sand than Coney Island. Finally, one last bank turn. And
Oh, wow.
back to the beginning.
All right, we got Ace difficulty on. No, let's stick with the Porsche. Oh, it just changes the names of the teams. Though it keeps Team VR and Saturn, so I guess it doesn't matter. Guess I'll turn on Grand Prix drones. All right, let's see how bad this gets. This is going fairly easy. DJ Curtis, what is up? You do a video about Fighters Megamix? It is on the list. What I plan to do once I eventually get to that point, I'm trying to go down like all the Sega 3D fighters, or all the Saturn 3D fighters, and which will eventually lead up to Fighters Megamix. So I've done a good chunk of the Virtua fighters. I got VF Kids to do. Then I got to do Fighting Vipers, but for whatever reason, I still don't have the Japanese Fighting Vipers, and I need that to talk about that game. And then, before I do Fighters Megamix, I suppose I should talk about Last Bronx, because I feel like Fighters Megamix would be the last 3D fighter I'd talk about in that series, but even though there's no Last Bronx stuff in Fighters Megamix, but it is something I want to talk about. It's about Pepsi Man, isn't it? Maybe. And yeah, Last Bronx is great. Like, I cannot wait to do a video on Last Bronx. That game is so good. Fighting Vipers is the best polygons on Saturn among fighting games. I would say VF2 has the best polygons. VF2 looks incredible. There's Tim Curry in it. He could be. If you like Soul Calibur, you might like Last Bronx. Also, fucking Soul Calibur 6 is coming out, guys. Holy shit. I'm so excited. It's after 10. What about Dead or Alive? Don't have Dead or Alive, though I'd like to talk about that one. I'm talking about, like, in terms of, like, 3D Sega fighters on the Saturn, like, Fighters Megamix will be the last one in that string of fighters. You can start with Virtua Fighter, then went to VF2. The plan is to do VF Kids next in that series once I get around to it. Although, would it make sense to talk about Sonic the Fighters, even though that's technically not a Saturn game? I mean, that's never stopped me before, but I feel like it's necessary. Soul Calibur 6 guest characters. Shit. So it's going to be PS4, Xbox One, and PC. So I guess PS4 will have Kratos. Norse Kratos. Who would Xbox have? What are some good melee combat heroes that would be good for Soul Calibur. I guess a Battletoad and Lizardman would be good friends, right? Then PC would have the heavy from Team Fortress 2, because of course it will. Or the guy in the suit from fucking Football Manager. Or the guy from Yogg's Cast. I'm not talking about any particular game, by the way. Just we're talking about Soul Calibur 6. I would fucking love to see fully 3D polygonal Cuphead in a fighting game. It looks so weird. Like, I'm just thinking of, like, just a grown-ass man just with a Cuphead face. You know? Like, he looks like something that was made in Create a Character. Or Conker. Yeah, just give Conker, like, a frying pan or a chainsaw. No, the fucking character from PUBG. Give him a frying pan. That's your PC guest character. Player unknown Brendan Green himself with a frying pan is your PC guest character for Soul Calibur 6. Spyro. Put Crash Bandicoot in there. Blinks the Time Sweeper. There's your Xbox character. No, it's gonna be Voodoo Vince. Sorry. With the Gears of War Lancer. His alternate weapon is the Halo Energy Sword. Or put Master Chief in it. The Ford GT from Forza 6 is your Soul Calibur 6 guest character. I mean, also, I guess it doesn't have to be like a video game guest character. Like, it could be like a music icon or a movie character. Fucking put Chance the Rapper in fucking Soul Calibur 6. He's doing everything. I mean, Snoop Dogg was in Tekken's second Tag 2. I think he was in that. So why not? The next step is to put Snoop Dogg as a playable character. Yeah, Ariana Grande's in the Final Fantasy mobile game. They should bring back Necrid for Soul Calibur 6. Damn. I was kind of disappointed not to see Soul Calibur 6 show up for Switch, but I guess I'm not that surprised. bring back Yoda. No, Soul Calibur 6's guest character is just going to be all the guest characters from the past games. Fuck it, we're going to put Link back in it. Heihachi, Spawn, Link, they're all going to be in the same game. You know what? Actually, Tim Curry is going to be the like the Inferno character. Or if you just choose him, it's just the same character, but with the fighting styles of every other character that just randomly generates after every round. There's your Tim Curry. He's everyone. They should put Goku in it. We're on the last lap already. Who the hell's Ethan Bradbury? Put a Sonic character in it. Yo, I don't care much for Dragon Ball Z, but that Dragon Ball Z fighting game looks fucking awesome. It looks so fun. Alright, I'm gonna do one more track and then I'm gonna call it. Am I using the Mad Catz wheel? No, I don't have space for a wheel currently. This big old oval. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna do 10 laps on the first track in one of the faster cars. What? Oh, hi. Shenmue. You put. What's guy from Shenmue? What's his name? I just want to call him Shenmue. I've never played Shenmue. I probably should. Ryo. What? Is it Ryo Sasaki, or is that the guy from Art of Fighting? Somewhere there has to be a build of Shenmue on Saturn that someone has leaked out. Like, not playable, but just that weird cinematic stuff that they were showing off. Like, it looked really amazing. For VF3 on Saturn. Does that actually... Or is that actually footage of that? Like, there is, like, this weird footage of... Sega Super GT or Scud Race running on a Dreamcast, but it was like a really weird version of it. It was more or less a tech demo, but it used the vehicles from Sega Super GT. Ryo Hazuki. Okay. Should I play Shenmue? I realize it's a game that would require a lot of patience. Would that be something you guys would be interested in me streaming? Get a lot of yeses and hell yes in the chat. Alright, I guess I gotta find a way to play Shenmue. But I guess I'll be streaming Shenmue very soon. I got the Dreamcast emulator on here running, so I wonder how well that runs Shenmue. Oh. Shenmue, then Tempo. Yes. Tempo will be my reward. How about that? Stream Sonic is like All-Star Racing. I've thought about that so hard. I have Racing Transformed here on PC, and I think it would be really cool if I were to like stream that and just have like a community play date with you guys. If any of you guys have the PC version of Racing Transformed, like I really want to play that. Don't have the money. Do on Steam. How about on Monday? This coming Monday on my variety stream, I'll play some Sonic Racing Transformed. I could do some campaign races on there because I haven't really played the Steam version much, and then spice it up, play some multiplayer with you guys in the chat who have it. If you're down, we can do that this Monday for my 9 p.m. Eastern stream on here. That is a real good video game. Okay, this is my final lap. So you need to preload the game? Eh, you got 2 days. Game written by Stephen King. How has that not happened yet? How has Stephen King not written a video game story? Alright, that's gonna do it for me tonight. I do have Fighters Mega Mix. I do have Sonic 06. So Alan Wake just shrugged. But how about next Saturday we could play some Fighters Mega Mix? Because I want to keep Saturdays to Saturn games. And then Mondays is just whatever. Anything that's beyond Saturn. So, is it DJ Curtis? You recommend Fighters Mega Mix? Can do. So, Fighters Mega Mix for next Saturday. And until then, guess we'll play us out. I guess I'll turn on watch mode. Alright. Dead or Alive would be nice. I don't have Dead or Alive. I need to get it, though. Sooner or later. MagFest is in less than a month, and that's where I get a good chunk of my Saturn games for the year. So hopefully they'll have a affordable copy there. An affordable copy there. Hey, look at that. We put it in first person form? Yeah, we can. Look how much he's shaking that wheel. Holy shit. Alright, that's gonna do it for me. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you Monday for some Sonic Racing Transformed. And yeah,